Hey, everybody, or anybody. Is there anybody out there, as the song says? I was trying to get something to work on my other browser, but nothing works today for me. I think electronics don't like me. So if anybody has anything they'd like to talk about, I'm sorry Kim's not here. I thought she's actually coming over to record something at this time, but I guess she's coming over another time. So anyway, I just thought I'd touch base. I've been trying to think of something to say, to talk about, and I don't have anything. I've been trying to even think of a vlog, and I'm just worthless, people. I noticed there's a whole lot more UFO sightings and stuff, and that always, excites the crap out of me. I noticed some more shadow figures, and I think maybe somebody told me that they had noticed some shadow figures, and I thought that was kind of interesting. Can you hear me? If I put the phone right here, that way I can actually see things a little bit better. I don't have to, okay, I'm sorry, I'm hesitating because I was reading. Hey, y'all, I really appreciate y'all tuning in for a bunch of nothing. I'm sorry, I have nothing to say. I was just saying, for the people who just joined in, I do notice that there's a little bit more interesting stuff in the news lately about, things that I like the UFO stuff. And I already told y'all, if you got Netflix, to watch the first episode of Unsolved Mysteries, because it was really super duper good. Excuse me, allergies. It's just allergies. And again, I think there's a little bit more paranormal activity with the shadow figures, and I don't know why. People might be feeling more restless right now, more emotional. They may be feeling more vulnerable right now. And I'm seeing more Capricorns this week. So I'm seeing a little bit of, everybody, I guess. But Capricorns seem to be at the top of the list. Okay, that's interesting about the 10-day harmonic convergence event focused on UFO connections. It just seems to be a lot more activity. I feel a lot more activity. And a lot of people, I think, too, are going to be wanting change, but that in different areas of their life, whether it be where they live, who they want to be with, or just job they do, or just, I don't know, in general. That energy could continue on for a while. So it wouldn't surprise me if people just feel like, I don't know, they need something else. So if you feel that way, maybe take a break, take time out, kind of let things come in and get your balance, head and heart balance, before you make any major decisions, because you don't want to be making a major decision based on a fleeting feeling. But I feel like if you are supposed to make changes, and I'm not even sure I'm talking to, well, I'm going to cough. I moved over here in front of the air, and that cold air feels good, but it's going to make me cough. But if you do feel that you want to make a change, maybe make a list and ask for guidance, to put all the things on the list you'd like to see, how you'd like to see it, etc. A lot of times when you make that list and put it away and forget it, that's the important part. You kind of got to forget it. Then you forget it, then it's like later you take it out and look at it, and it's like, oh my goodness, I actually was able to see a lot of this take place. Let me see what Gabrielle here, let's listen. Well, I'd like to see it. I have had the deepest conversation about the majestic powers of God last night. Well, that's very awesome that you were able to have a conversation with someone, and that, no, it isn't. I actually think that, a lot of times people, I think, like to believe that, they're number one. And in many ways, you should be number one in your own life, but you really can't apply that, I think, to the entire universe. I think there's a whole lot of stuff going on that we can't always understand. And I think that sometimes maybe we need to be reminded that maybe there is something bigger than us. And whatever fits your belief system, but also maybe just whatever is there, whether it fits your belief system or not. Discoveries have to be made, and I feel like this is a turning point in time where it's time for a lot of discoveries to be on the agenda. Renee, do we get the jobs we're supposed to have when we get one? I think if you really can't get any other job, there's probably a reason for it. There's probably a reason if you're in a situation and there's no door. Then I'd have to say that maybe for reasons beyond our current understanding, you know, that we can't make that choice. But I don't think it's a forever thing unless, you happen to be, incarcerated or something like that. And even that sometimes ain't a forever thing. I think that we can start envisioning, like when you're half awake, half asleep, that's when you're psychically powerful. I said that 100 times. You envision what maybe you'd like to see happen. You daydream it. That's when you're powerful. You daydream something else. You put down a list of what you know you need. You don't know what you need. You ask for guidance. You pray for guidance. And sometimes you just have a door open up out of the blue. Sometimes, yes, I think we want something so badly and we crave it and we try so hard to get it. And we get it. But it wasn't what we're supposed to do. So I always think you have to put in your prayer request or your visualization or your list or whatever. You want what's in your best interest too. Because it'd be a shame that you actually do manifest something after everything in the world was telling you not to. And you end up with something that's unworthy of you. And sometimes, you're put in a job for I had a terrible job and I stuck with it because I was determined I was going to stick with it. Because evidently I'm a little bit mental. And I had it for 2 years and it was miserable. I cry on Wednesdays, my day off. I cry all day on Wednesday and I had to go to work on Thursday. And it was just not the best place for me, but I wouldn't quit. I don't know why not. But I did have a very good friend there, though. But anyway, I kept on working there, and it was just, not good for me. Probably wasn't good for anybody else. And the thing is, I did enjoy some days there, of course. But anyway, point of this story is I met the person that helped me do what I do now, which I feel is what I'm supposed to do. And I would never have met that person. I would have never had that conversation with that person, ever, had I not been an employee at that place. And then you know what? Not long after that conversation, not long after this person started that ball rolling, you might say, I was able to quit, and I haven't never looked back. There are times early on, I don't know how I was able to feed the family. But it was bizarre. Because honestly, I'm telling you, I didn't make no money. I don't know how in the world I was able to live. And I was at that time by myself for a little while there and taking care of things and kids to feed. And it was just bizarre because somebody showed up at my house one time with a ham, and at the holiday season. And somebody I didn't even know, but I had correctly diagnosed a serious illness through somebody else randomly. And they were so grateful they had sent me, a ton of groceries. So, looking back, I can see, oh my gosh, those